Hello, welcome in my vineyard. Today we are in Bourgogne Aligote, Clos de Perrières la Combe. What Clos de Perrières mean? Perrières in an old Burgundy name mean a quarry. So this area, before to planted vine, it was an old quarry. Behind me you can see the rocks, and they take the rocks from this area to build especially the house in the village of Saint-Georges, which is 300 meters from this vineyard. So also this location is a very specific location. It's a good location because we are really south facing, and also you can see the slope behind me, which is it's not a big slope, and on the other side, which is the Combe de Nuit Saint-Georges. And the Combe de Nuit Saint-Georges, I explained in my previous video. The name of this combe is the tight valley, la vallée de la Serrée. So between this vineyard and the hill in front of me, it's only 300 meters, so it's very, very tight. Also, you can imagine just behind me that the wind down the slopes and down the combe, and we are quite a lot of wind in this area. So it's good for maturity. It's good also to don't have too much disease. This vineyard, I talk about quarry. Quarry, we have a lot of stone, and you can see this soil, and easily can take this kind of stone, which is a big limestone. So the limestone is a little bit wet, but normally it's really much more white, and you can see a little bit of red here. The red mean the iron, and this is what we call the stone of Nuit Saint-Georges, la pierre de nuit, which is a very specific stone and also very dense limestone. And we have a lot of this kind of limestone in this vineyard. So it's not a classic Bourgogne Aligote. Most part of time, the Bourgogne Aligote, it's based in down the side of the slope, so on the plain side. This vineyard is really situated on the hill, so we are on the south side of Nuit Saint-Georges, so we are in the Vaune-Romanée side. So this vineyard is always with a very good maturity. If I talk about 19 vintage is a very interesting vintage for the white also than for the red, but for the white the maturity was very high. And in Aligote it's very important to have a good maturity because it's a variety offer always a little bit of acidity and sometimes too high acidity. Since 10 years we begin to have a change in our vineyard, and also with the global warming, and the Aligote it's really much more right than what we had in the past. So it's 19, it's a vintage where we have a very interesting density, and also the rightness with the acidity of this variety offer very excellent balance. We do a very specific work with this wine because we keep this wine 1 week after the harvest with all the berry without to make press, and we do a maceration. We do 1 week of maceration with this wine just to try to extract all the substance of the skin, which is quite rare for the white. And after 1 week of maceration we do a very, very long press, and after we do the vinification inside the barrel. So it's a wine not to drink in the next 2 years after the bottling. You can age without any problem, especially with the Bourgogne Aligote. Thanks to follow us. Hope to see you soon in our vineyard. Goodbye.